Hello and welcome. I'm Ravina. Guys, many of you have been reaching out with the question about my MBA journey, how I am able to score above 700 in GMAT along with the full-time job. So today here I am. In this video I will share exactly how I managed to score 700 plus in GMAT along with the full-time job. So if you just look at the GMAT percentile scorecard, then you will see that you are in a top 10% of all test takers with a score of 700. So it is a big deal. But the question is it really so difficult? So my answer is no, not at all. If I am talking about me, I have never treated GMAT as a test. I have always treated it as a game. GMAT is just like an algorithm and our job is to just beat the system. Yes, it is true that one should know the fundamentals, but that takes you only so far. Beyond a point, answering the questions correctly isn't their agenda, but rather than understanding the approach is. What they all acknowledge is we can't just plug in the rules and answer the questions, but we need to understand it logically what the question is trying to convey. It's all in the logic. For example, if we take some example of some sentence correction question, then really it's not enough to know the rules of grammar only, but we need to see the sentence makes the sense logically or not. Guys, we know that it's the failure only that gives us the proper perspective on success. I still remember the day in the year 2019 when I scored 590 in my first GMAT attempt. Basically, in the year 2020, I was able to achieve my dream score. Definitely, the journey has not been smooth. There were times when I felt low and times when I even thought of giving up. But I persisted with my preparation, hoping to bounce back stronger. And today when I look back, I feel like all the hard work paid off. It's fine to celebrate the success, but it is more important to learn from the failure. Same happened with me also. I have learned many things from my first attempt failure and tried to improve those things in my second attempt. The very first thing I have followed with a proper study plan with a clear deadlines. So I knew what to study exactly on a particular date. I learned all the concepts along with the methodology. Then I took many time quizzes and spent a significant time on analyzing the solutions. The performance analysis provided after every quiz helped me to find out my weaker areas, and practice modules provided after every quiz are something which helped me to work on my weaker areas. Now after solving the practice session, I used to go back to each question where I made a mistake to find out the right mental model for solving the problem. It's not just about finding the correct answer technique or question technique for the particular question, but it's about assimilating it in my mental model. Then I tried to analyze myself where I made each mistake. Maybe I have directly jumped on the conclusion too quickly. Maybe I have used the wrong technique to solve the problem. Maybe I haven't read all the information thoroughly. Like this, I started following the routine. And afterwards, I realized that there are finite types of mistakes I can make. So actively seek to correct them next time while solving the problem. I tried not to repeat the same mistakes again. So if this part is done in a correct way, then you would be flying in no time. So definitely I have kept everything in a very simple way. I have spent very little time on difficult questions and attempted the easy one first. About the con section also, I have just focused on the basic formulas only. So now coming to the timing strategy, I have divided my 75 minutes per section in 3 parts and had a mental note of how far I needed to have been in the test by that time. For example, at the 60th minute mark, I should have ideally been at question 10. So I have always started slowly but steadily, but made sure not to spend more than 2 to 3 minutes of time on each question. It is very important to realize whether the given question we are able to solve in a 2 to 3 minutes of time or not. If it is not possible for you guys to solve the given question in that much time, then there is no use of spending 4 to 5 minutes on that particular question and ending with just guessing it. No matter how well you prepared for the GMAT, it's all about the test taking strategy. GMAT is all about getting your concentration right for 3.5 hours consistently. Now when 2 months are remaining for my examination, I tried to solve all the questions from the GMAT official guide and from the question bank. Those had the sufficient question and I really didn't need anything outside of it. So I tried to revise all the questions from the question banks and from the GMAT official guide also. I attempted all of them and review each answer irrespective of the attempt being correct or incorrect. So this helped me to find out the strategy to solve the questions of GMAT by the GMAT. In my point of view, who better can teach you how to solve the questions of GMAT than GMAT itself? If you just solve all the questions from the GMAT official guide, if you revise them and make sure you didn't repeat the same mistake again, then for sure you will be score on a higher side. And remember one thing guys, it's a long process. GMAT is just the first step. So try and enjoy it along the way. I wish all of you who are preparing for the GMAT all the very best. Hope you guys will achieve your dream GMAT score. We'll meet you soon in the upcoming video. In the upcoming video, I will share the overall syllabus of the GMAT and we'll cover the examination structure for the GMAT examination. Thank you.